And we could kind of weaponize this somehow. Maybe. We're just gonna probably collect it and just bring it back. We'll bring you home here. And hopefully we don't crash into anything. Ooh. Great. Alright, we made it to this unknown signal here, but it's kind of moving because I may have bumped it a little bit. That's not gonna be good. I mean, we could try to bump it towards our base. That probably is not a good idea. Okay, never mind. I thought it was shooting. Alright, it's shooting it. Is this a smart idea? Ooh, did it just break apart? Alright, welcome back. So today we're going to do something what we initially first intended to do. And that's to search for new cargo ships and unknown signals and collect them. But first, let me show you what I've done with the reactor. Alright, so we're going to leave the asteroid station base building kind of on the side, and it's going to be mostly time lapses, and it's still under construction as you see here. So the heart of the asteroid station is going to be covered up a little bit here. Of course, we're going to design a little bit more. I wanted to show you the little updates I've done with the reactor itself. So currently it still has a little bit of uranium. That's why it's still green on the reactor itself. But the whole spinning core is offline. But as you see, it has been redesigned. Because I completely forgot about these lab equipments here, which has been part of the Fieldwork update, and makes it look so much better. So of course we added lab equipment A and C, as you see here. And once we pop in the appropriate amounts of uranium, which is above 10, this happened. Alright, so I'm not too sure about the electric arc pieces on here, but these definitely look cool. Concept of this being here is to kind of like cool the reactor and everything like that. The arc, I don't know if I want to keep it or not, but it kind of adds a little bit more to it. But definitely covering up the pipes with the lab C's looks pretty cool itself. So I'm having trouble plotting out the build here a bit. I want to have like a ship runway kind of deal. I don't know if I want to put it on like the side, right next to the reactor. If it should be on the shorter side or the longer side. Alright, so I need a quick little side quest from you guys, and that is to comment down below long side or short side for the runway. Alright, so let's just do the initial thing that we want to do, and that is basically a scavenger hunt for the fieldwork update. So we're here to collect all the new cargo ships, unknown signals, whatever it may be. I did a little bit of collection already since the beginning of time. And that's basically collecting our first initial ship, which is now the gravity collector. Then we have the mobile utility platform, which is this right here. We got a scavenger drone, which we updated into a bit of a party bus kind of type of deal. Very slow moving, but works out okay. My favorite is the shakedown drone that we updated to have a magnetic plate so we can move things around. We also got a mining survey drone right over here, which is pretty decent too. My other favorite drone is on the other side somewhere. It is the consignment drone, the solar consignment drone, which is the solar panel one. I think this is the first one we captured to update it and put all the turrets and everything on there. But of course, lastly, and it was fun working on it too, is the medical shuttle. So the medical shuttle is this. Of course, it didn't look like this initially. I mean, it's the same shape. I just moved things around a little bit so I can add some weapons to it because it is going to be my daily driver, as I mentioned in the previous episode. So we're going to use this to capture other ships as well. I mean, I should probably put a magnetic plate somewhere so we can kind of like mag plate into it if they're running away too fast. And so that I can bring things home. I guess we could throw in maybe a landing gear of some kind, potentially. What I'm going to do is just going to grab some parts and load it in here, if anything. That should be probably better than nothing. We'll put in this half terminal piece here, so we have it loaded here. Initially, I try to put in, I think, like a remote control and antenna components, so I could build it from there and just send it home if it's flyable. But who's to say that it's going to be flyable? So I started my collection here for unknown signals. You can ignore this right here. I'm not sure what happened here. Clang summoning thing going on here. But I was collecting unknown signals. Here's one that I collected, a very tiny one. And then I found the kind of like the updated version of it, which is like a huger one. And it had a really, really nice one on this platform, but don't know where it went. I closed it, saved the game, came back to it the next day, and this has happened. I was surprised. I thought it could have blown up something, but nothing blown up. So who knows what that was. So what I've been doing is trying to get these unknown signals. So there's one right over there. So I've been kind of using my trusty shakedown drone here to do this. When I say trusty, it's not really the most trusty thing in the world, because it tends to like to head towards the asteroid station and kind of try to blow things up. I don't know why. It might be because my GPS pointers are too close to the asteroid. So I did put something called a drone returns point right over here. So it's a little bit further away from the base, so in case it just decides to crash into me. But I did something interesting with it before when getting a unknown signal. So basically, I'll just put a remote control. I mean, there's probably a better way to do this. Obviously, I've just kind of looked for the most simplest way for now. Go to remote control, add the unknown signal to the pathway forward one way. And then with collision avoidance on and then autopilot on, it just does something really weird. I don't know why. It's not always, but sometimes. All right, so we go to shakedown drone, remote control, and we're going to say autopilot. And that should start heading that way, and hopefully it doesn't crash. I should put a sensor and broadcast control on there to say I'm there. So I know it's reached. A nice little ping. I'll probably do that in a second. Alright, so it looks like the shakedown drone has reached its point. But for some reason, I can't get to it. Or connect to it. Did it crash into the unknown signal? I hope not. So I'm going to try to get into the shakedown drone. I'm not sure what's going on. So we're at 6K away, which you're not 6K away, about between 3 and 4. So I should be able to... Oh, right. It has autopilot on. That's why I can't connect to you. That's what it was. There we go. There we go. All right. That was a little worrying. Thought I broke something. Ooh. This one has a fairly big cargo container. That's where the button is. And this thing does have a mag plate, so we could connect right here. I also do have a searchlight on top. So that way I could just double check to see how I'm flying this thing, if it's okay or not. But for the most part, should be fine. All right, we're locked in. So now this is the strange part. We're locked in. We moved the waypoint. And we're going to put in drone return. And then we could do autopilot once we kind of cancel out everything here. So shakedown drone. Go to remote control and autopilot. So now it should come back with ease, but it looks like it's flying away. So that's where it gets a little worrying, like what is going on with this thing. But if I were to do shakedown drone, remote control, and turn off collision avoidance, it's gonna come. But the problem is it's gonna go directly right into the asteroid station. So that is the kind of the weird part. Maybe I need to do a sensor or something like that to say collision avoidance on once it gets pretty close. But what I kind of have to do here at times is just kind of like once it gets close, I'll tell my shakedown drone to collision avoidance and precision mode if anything, so then it could just chill out for a little bit. So it may just need some kind of sensor for that to work a little bit better. Maybe. It's a little bit weird, but I think my waypoint is way too close anyways, so that could be the issue. I don't know where you're going now, but the drone return is over there. So let me just hit the button if you allow me to. There. I think it's cleared enough, and it's just rotating circles now. It's gonna hit me and potentially knock me out. So I took off collision avoidance. Collision avoidance is doing something really, really weird with it, but if you get enough clearance, hopefully it won't crash into it. All right, so we'll claim this as ours. We could do show block for this. I hate that it does this. It calls everything special content power, which, I mean, it looks like it's got a small battery and everything like that. What's inside it? Enhanced grinder and drill. Interesting. So now we don't necessarily need to hack everything because I think it's ours already. I can't really tell, but it looks like I have control with everything anyways. But it says owners, nobodies. So I may have to hack a good number of stuff just to collect them. I won't necessarily be able to hack the computer, I believe. But, I mean, it's only one power cell, so I might lose one power cell. Or two. Which is okay. So I haven't really done that with the other ones. I hope they don't seem to like go anywhere, so we should be okay. I was thinking if we don't hack it, it's gonna explode in our faces potentially, but seems to be fine. I hope. But yeah, let's go to our shakedown drone here. We'll just fly this thing back. And we can throw it on the platform that we had here. Okay, get shakedown drone away. And we should have this all good to go. Get the mag plate again, and we'll lock that in. So if we really, really wanted to, we'll just take the rotor and spin this thing at 1 RPM just to have it showcase what it looks like. So I guess this was arrow to say up and not down because this thing is upside down a little bit, which is not a big deal, but it just looks a little funny. So we have 3 unknown signals now collected, which unknown signals come pretty quickly anyway, so collecting them isn't going to be a big deal. The cargo ship is the ones that I really, really want to look for. And for some reason, either I'm just too far or I haven't seen any come by as we were doing that. That becomes a bit of a pain in the butt, waiting for these cargo ships. Of course, when I really want them, I don't see them, which is a pain. So as you see here, unknown signals comes pretty quickly. So we're just gonna go check this one out and see how it goes. Hopefully something else spawns. Okay, here's an unknown signal, and it's very similar to one I already took, and this one already has a mag plate, so that actually works out pretty good. My special content thing is kind of broken. It's been broken for a while. I haven't got any new skins, but it's fine. I do wish I could just tell it to go back home, but that's not gonna be the case. I could easily get my shakedown drone and come and collect it. We're just gonna probably collect it and just bring it back and then move on. I could collect a lot. Ooh, something spawned. A solar barge. Okay, that could work. We'll bring you home here. And hopefully we don't crash into anything. Ooh. Great. Yeah. That wasn't good. Alright, so that kind of tells me I need to put heavy armor plates so when I do crash, we're not going to really destroy ourselves. Yeah, so the whole ship is not toast. It's still here. Alright, we could probably fix this. The unknown signal is completely gone, so there's that. Don't know how well this is going to suck in those parts now because we kind of have it surrounding by a lot of these things here. Let's turn on the grav generator. See if we can just collect these parts that kind of fell out. Yeah, it's all scrap basically, but it looks like we can still collect it fairly easily. Alright, not so much, but that's just going to hang out there. We're going to have to fix that later down the line. I think I have a projection of it. I should probably project or blueprint everything that I'm going to own. It's even the unknown signals, if anything. But yes, let's look at what this is. The solar barge, which I would assume it's a solar panel ship, basically. Oh, here's an interesting glitch. We crashed the camera for the shakedown drone, and yet it still says shakedown drone camera 2. That's an interesting glitch. I did add a camera on this thing too, so it should be towards the artillery weapon that we have on the side, so we can zoom in to see what this is. That's a huge ship, and I do have AI defense module on here, so it could shoot it down if it has weapons, but I don't want to shoot it down just yet. I don't know if the weapons will shoot us or not, but we are not targeting neutral either, so let's kind of see what happens when we get close. Alright, nothing's really happening, but I'm gonna see See if we can follow this thing's positioning. And it's not really doing anything, so that's good. So maybe this one's type that is a little bit on the neutral end, which I'm happy about. Which that means I could just kind of like grind it down without any issues. Okay, so the only thing that I dislike about the medical shuttle is that I have to climb down to get out. Needs a better access point. But the solar barge has... Ooh. Cargo containers in there? That is quite interesting. So what happens if I start grinding it down? Is it gonna like unmerge itself? It doesn't look like it's on a merge block, so it should be fine. So how do we take this thing over? I don't see any weapons, so we should be okay. I see an AI block right here, so we're gonna have to probably just take that out first. This is the task block, probably. What's that? The structure probably will be built with additional fines to those responsible. Interesting. Here's a gyroscope. That would be important to take down. Not slowing down just yet. Still more to take over. There's still something controlling it. It's a basic task in the move block. Alright, turn off the behavior. I should have done that earlier. There we go. That should slow it down. Yep. Okay, is there anything else that I'm missing to take over? So when I bring it back home, it's not going to get targeted by our weapons. I think we should be okay. Now we got the solar panels that we got to take out or take over. There's a cargo container that I missed somewhere. Ah, in here. There are other AI blocks, which looks like that's it right here. Basic task. There could be something right underneath this. Nope. Thrusters. There's a combat one. I don't know why you have a combat one, but that's okay. And it's locked onto me. That's great. There's another broadcast controller and some more solar panels. That's about it. Looks like not all the solar panels were completed. And I'm completing them just so I can hack them. Which is kind of ass backwards, but why not? So we're still missing a broadcast thing and some other pieces, but that's fine. We could eventually break it down to kind of see what's in there, but at least we got a nice little solar barge. It is large grid, so that kind of works out. Can we fly back home is the biggest question. I hope our turrets are set to fire on weapons only, and this thing doesn't have any weapons, so we should be okay. Flight on, and we'll send it home with collision avoidance. Basic task here. We'll delete that waypoint and go to a drone return waypoint. Hopefully this works out okay. So I'll see you later. Hopefully. Right? Are you heading in the right direction? Not really. Where are you going? Base is that way. Oh no, okay. Okay. Alright. I'll believe where you're going. That should be fine. I'll see you later, hopefully. Probably not the best thing to do, just sending it home like that, because then it could get lost. Alright, we're gonna get to our ship wherever that is at. I don't know if it followed it. I don't think it did. But I actually don't see my ship, so that's gonna be fun to be looking for it. Oh, it did follow it. Whoop. I forget. There is actual antenna on that thing. Okay, so I'm not sure exactly where it's headed. I should be going back to my drone return waypoint, but it's kind of flying away now, which is a little bit alarming. Let me just get back into my medical shuttle without hurting myself here. All right, let's turn this off. So, solar barge, you are flying ways away for whatever reasons. Okay, where did the solar barge go? It's okay, it's 2K away for whatever reasons. And is it coming closer? Okay, it's coming closer. But where is it? Why am I not able to see it? There you are. And you're kind of just stopping. So again, very, very weird behavior sometimes with these AI blocks, but also because they're not entirely mine, I guess, maybe. We don't have collision avoidance on anymore, so you should... Oh, it's fleeing from me. because of the defense block. Great. That's not what we want. So we do need to get rid of that defense AI block in order to make this come back and fly back home. So if I was a defense block, I would probably hide in here, which is going to be a little bit more difficult to get to. I think I see it right there, right? Is that it? No. That is a warfare thruster. So maybe it's behind door number 2. Right in here. Nope, that's another thruster. In front of this. This was the... Yeah, it could be right in here, actually. Is it? Yes, it is. All right. Here we go. Let me put back your hat, if anything. Okay, are you flying right now? You're not. Okay. So, with the defensive block found, there's 2 of them, actually. So, this one will turn off. Alright, moving to GPS drone return. Perfect. That's what we wanted. And we could follow you while we get our ship. Okay, so drone return point. I should put it a little bit further away from the asteroid. I'm not sure what collision avoidance distance is, but the drone return... Actually, it's not that bad. It's kind of gotten close to it already. So, yeah, I think we... probably work better if we throw in the drone return a bit away from the base. So let's just say right here, whatever we're targeting there is 800 away. So I'm gonna say here. So this is gonna be our ship and drone return spot, which the solar barge I think actually made it to the drone return. So what should we do? We should probably get a quick little helm on here so we can just fly into the base or fly towards the base, not into the base. That would be a bit reckless. So which way is up? Based on the look of it, that should be the front. Which way up? I'm assuming all the icons are showing me which way's up, which is going to be this way here. All right, perfect. So this thing is a nice little ship that has a ton of mats. So we can toss that into our collector. So where was the resources? The magnesium I thought I saw and everything like that. Ah, here, barrels. Let's see. Parachute hatch stuff. Oop, no. Here we go. Can we turn this into a fightable drone? Absolutely. And that's the main purpose of collecting all these new cargo ships too. And the unknown signals, because some of these unknown signals can turn into nice little drones, like this one here. Definitely be a nice drone with a Gatling turret there. The only thing is that it doesn't really have flight, so that's kind of out of the picture. But if it does have flight like this one, and we probably just add a few of the thruster component, ion thrusters or something like that, it'll be a little bit better. And we could kind of weaponize this somehow. Maybe. So if I recall, there was some kind of mayday in an asteroid, which I'm not exactly sure where it was specifically, but it was a nearby asteroid, which would have been maybe that one or that one over there, potentially. I don't recall exactly. All right, we made it to this unknown signal here, but it's kind of moving because I may have bumped it a little bit. That's not gonna be good. I mean, we could try to bump it towards our base. That probably is not a good idea. We'll leave it as that because we're not going to be able to catch up to it anyway. So there is a fun little ship called Twin Sail Merchant. Looks like that is something we might want to grab. All right, so in terms of no suit start, the solar barge probably not the best one to get initially because it didn't have oxygen on there. Didn't have assembler, but I mean it's got parts that could help build out some stuff anyways. Actually, no, it had ice. So you could have put in an air vent potentially and surround yourself to hit some oxygen that way. All right, we're about 2 away, and what is this thing? Proximity alert, potential threat detected. It does have turrets, so we gotta be careful here. All right, we're getting very, very close, and I can follow it. Okay, that's good. Now we're getting a little close in terms of 800 now, so we gotta be careful here. So it's not gonna stay Yeah, it's not gonna stay on unless we get close. So what is there? Gatling turrets? Yeah, that looks like Gatling turrets. Not a big fan of the follow, but it should work eventually. Don't know why it's breaking off. Yeah, it's just breaking off now. Trying to target it a little bit better. All right, that should work a little bit better. We are following it, so that's good. We're going pretty fast too. All right, let's just dip down a little bit so we don't crash into it. Let's see what you got to offer here. Ooh, there's a huge ship. Got Gatling turret type Bs here. 2 of them. We got large cargo containers I saw. And I think that's all the weapons. Alright, so now the tricky part is... Ooh, why am I breaking off of it? Alright, the ship is, I believe, is following him. I'm not quite sure. Seems to be getting away from us a bit. I think I'm going to turn my turrets to shoot neutral. So basically, for some reason, it's really hard to get that follow thing to work really well. Alright, so I know there is Gatlings on here. So should we just shoot it? It's on the side, so should we just shoot it off? I mean, once we get close to 800, it's probably going to start shooting it. Oop, we're pretty much there. Okay, never mind. I thought it was shooting. Alright, it's shooting it. Is this a smart idea? Ooh, did it just break apart? That's interesting. I want you to aim for the weapons. Let's just aim for this one. I think I took out all the weapons, so now it's about retrieving. So let's just leave you here, drift off a little bit. Not gonna be drifting off too much. We have twin sail merchant there. That one has a marker on it. This one not so much. So maybe we'll grab this one first if we can. Don't know if we destroyed a lot of this, but hopefully not. And we just took out the weapons. But that was interesting that it broke apart like that. Take this brown beacon. And we gotta find everything else. Looks like there is a door here and a... So that's that merge block. Ooh, that hurt. So if we... Oh, there's a... Oh, okay. Defensive block. So we'll grab that. Ooh. Where are you going? Okay. We open you up. And what's inside? Looks like that is a task. AI block. We'll take care of you. Is there anything else that we can grab out of this? Ooh. Don't know. Need a control panel to control this right here. So we'll claim you. We'll turn this off and this off. There's a flight one on here too. Where's that? Is it behind this? Looks like that is it. So that's the flight. We'll turn off the behavior. And we are not slowing down. So does that mean there is a thruster issue? Yes. We'll turn that off. Okay. You should be slowing down. Perfect. Now, the other one is far away and there's a light patrol drone after us. So that is not good. Shoot. All right. GPS this pointer here. Where did that come from? Is it gonna shoot us? It's trying to stay away from it. What do you want from me? Alright, that's done. Ooh, I'm like sitting right next to a Gatling. It's not shooting us. That's a good thing. Ooh, there's another one there. I do need to disable this somehow. I don't want it to crash into me. I don't necessarily care for the ship anyway, so that's fine. Alright, so that's the twin sail for pickup. Where's the other one then? Not seeing where the other twin sail merchant went, but I got half of it at least. So what is the score on this thing though? Ooh, a little bit of platinum. Could have utilized that also, but yeah, shoot. There could have been more on the other one, but I didn't see exactly where it went because a stupid drone passed by and tried to aim at us, but it didn't seem to shoot us, so not sure what that was about. But let's see, did we take over timer block? Okay, so we got the gyroscope and other stuff to deal with. I don't think any of our turrets at home is shooting anything other than weapons, so we should be okay, but just be on the safe side. Okay. That the same drone or different one? It is a different one. Where are they coming from? What's nearby that's coming from? That means we can get out of here ASAP. Alright, let's get this gyroscope. We're going to autopilot this thing to go home. So that's going to be that new waypoint we did, right? Ship drone return. And our flight will be collision avoidance. Turn that on. Basic task. Turn that on. Alright, something is acting a little weird on this thing. It just doesn't want to turn on the AI block to move. Maybe because I don't have the battery. So maybe I have to find the battery. So if I was a battery, where would I be? Probably in here somewhere. I really need to get out of here ASAP because I don't want to get targeted by that stinking drone. It probably would be in here. Yep, perfect. That was kind of the only logical place where it could be. Okay, we got that now. So can we? What is going on? I mean, I guess we could just drive this thing back, if anything, or towards us. But which one is the task right here? So it means hacked already. So I'm not sure what's going on. So let's see, task. All right, put that on. That's working better. I don't know why it didn't work before. Speed limit as fast as possible. Turn that on. Ooh, let me get out first. Okay, so I'll see you later. Looks like it's heading the right way. Now, where is my ship? Right over there. Okay. All right, time to head home. See if the merchant made it back. Oh, wow. We are so far away. Okay, now we're back at home, but did the twin sail merchant make it back? It looks like it has. Awesome. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, we might need to charge up this guy here. Okay. So a bit of a successful mission, or half of a successful mission, because we got a solar barge at least, and we got the twin sail merchant there. At least half of it. I guess if we find another one later down the line, I guess we could merge it back together if anything. Okay, so I'm just going to tack on a helm on this thing so I can drive it. I'm assuming this is the front. So we're missing the left half of the merchant. We got the right half of it. So next time around, if we hunt for another twin sail merchant, we got to grab the left-hand side. Well, I guess this is a good way of collecting for the ion thrusters for our new ships, if anything. All right, let me just put this thing lower. And you just chill here for now. Got some platinum. Wish we knew what was in the other half of the twin sail merchant. Could have been platinum, could have been something else. We would never know now. But eventually we'll find out one day or another. There's a nearby Mayday. I think I said it was going to be that one, right? Yeah, that's it right there. So let's just do that too. Okay, we have a bit of a Mayday situation right over there. And it's super close by. But it looks like that ship... Is that the ship that's on the asteroid that I initially started with? That's a possibility. If we come full circle and this is the initial ship that we found on our first start, then there's definitely drones, so we definitely have to be careful here. I know there's Gatlins and they're definitely active. Alright, we're 2k away. We want to stay a little bit further away. We could aim for that right there. That looks like a Gatlin right there, which our Gatlin's a little bit to the right of us, or not Gatlin, our artillery power. Might be able to shoot it like this. I mean, we could try to put it to the test. Let's see now. Ooh, I can't even see it. Ooh, okay. Did I get it? I couldn't even see a thing, and I think I got it. Looks like we got it. Okay. Not sure what else is around. I'm gonna get a little closer because I don't think there's assault turrets on here anyways. So we can get close to take a look instead of being too far away. If we grab our assault turret, we might be able to see it better. That looks like a rocket launcher, but as long as we're not close. Ooh! Back up, back up, back up, back up. Ooh, I did notice it was looking at us or getting close to look at us. That was interesting. Alright, we got a little too close. Whoops. Alright, what? I hope that wasn't too much damage. Mostly outdoor, it looks like. Ouch. So that's rockets. That we can ignore because if I go in there by person, we should be fine. That we can't ignore. So I think we shoot this down with this aim here. Ooh, we shot something but the turret. Yeah, the aim on this thing is not the greatest. In that case, we might as well just use our assault turret. I mean, our artillery fire at this point. Much bigger explosion, so there's that. And I don't think I took it out. We're breaking something, but not the turret itself. Alright, one last try at this. Alright, hopefully that should be it. Alright, that seems to be it, and I think I took out more than I needed to take out. Let's head over to this. Let's see what's there. I mean, if we do get shot down, we do have a survival kit, so we should be okay. We don't have any extra grinders, though. That's the biggest problem. Alright, we seem to be okay. This is the rocket. We'll take this over. There should be tons and tons of turrets on the other side, so we gotta be careful of that too. We took out and probably a hydrogen tank, it looks like. Yeah, we did. So that's great, which is fine. We have tons of ice anyways. Now, we could get this ship up and running if we really, really wanted to. We don't know exactly how it's gonna look like, but we could try, and we do have to kind of unhook it off the asteroid as well. So there's also that. There's a lot that we have to do here. This may be full circle, the ship that we started off in. So that means we would have flown in here, I believe, and cut a hole. Well, maybe not, because we would have cut a hole here to see what's in there, but there are turrets there, which is what I expected. Where was that turret? It's connected to maybe that conveyor right there. Oh, it's a heavy armor block. All right, we got that taken out. All right, so this is not the same one, because if it was the same one, we would have had a hole here, and we would have had a seat and everything right over here. It's right here. It is the same one. It technically is the first ship we found. What is this thing called? The mercenary wreckage. Yeah, we're gonna have to find a way to bring this thing back without it getting shot down. Have it marked, and our base is 7 away, so we gotta bring drill ship, over, mine out this thing a little bit. I don't think there's any materials on here other than stone, right? Because I think this is a Mayday procedural spawn. Not necessarily an asteroid spawn. So yeah, we could bring this thing back home and try to figure out how to rebuild this thing. We may not have a big enough ship to even bring this thing back. Maybe on the gravity collector ship, we put a refinery in there. So when we drill out this, we can refine stone and try to rebuild everything back on here. That sounds like a good plan. So that'll be ship salvaging mission, which will be not today. So of course, if you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe. Don't forget to drop a comment down below, even to just say hi. And of course, I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Alright, you won't believe this, but remember that drone I pushed? I found it. And it was near our asteroid station. We stopped it from moving. And now we're just gonna put a mag plate on the roof of our ship to bring it back home. I cannot believe that actually happened. And of course, we're losing the top of our roof as well.